Hey everybody, welcome. This is the White Winnebago Garage, looking at my 87 Jeep Cherokee loaded for camping trip. This is a test run for a future cross-country trip I want to take and live out of this Jeep in campgrounds or off-grid when I can find that, more towards the west than here in Tennessee, that's for sure. Everything here is privately owned. I don't have any land to really I can camp on that's flat other than here in the driveway. So I have secured permission to camp on a property for a couple nights to include allow me to have a campfire. And it is a primitive camping, which is great because that's where I want to test this vehicle and the systems I've put in place to be comfortable. So that's the plan for today. Got some nice weather, a little bit chilly at night, possibility of rain, but a little bit of everything, which I would expect on the road. I made it. It's my initial setup. First time out in a long time camping. In fact, I don't think I've gone since I had a trailer, and that's much different. But I've got a nice fireplace starting to gather some firewood, and a couple camp chairs there. That structure in the distance is a pop-up shower slash toilet, and you might be able to make it out. I'll show you later. There's a bag hanging from the top there. That's an old Army canvas shower bag that I used a lot in the military. It works good. Put some heated water in there. Here's a closer view of that canvas bag. Just hang it from a tree, tie it down somewhere. I put about 2 gallons of water in there, 1 gallon heated and then the other one cool, of course. It makes a nice shower. Just a cheapy $30 or $40 pop-up tent here. Self-made toilet. I'll show you a segment maybe how I put that together or how it comes together. This tent comes with a little holder and a hole in the roof so that you can stick your spigot through there, and this just twists on, twist off, so it does come off and on as needed. But I made this toilet. I know you can buy them for like $10, $20, but I needed the extra height because of my knees. I've made some changes, some improvements since the last video where I built the camper box inside. And those 2 doodads sitting on top of my recovery box are just motion lights, something suggested by my wife. So in the middle of the night, if a light comes on, I know somebody's approaching or a critter or a leaf has fallen, but that was her idea. The box was given to me, and it's up there for my recovery gear. I have my tools up there and a strap. It will house some extra parts and things, but I can't do that right now because this roof rack system is temporary. The crossbars that came with the Jeep are very flimsy. There's no way it's going to hold 150 pounds or more. So all I got up there is the box, my original spare tire that came with the Jeep, and if you can see this on top is a single solar panel, and that's made by battery tender, and that's charging up the battery that's in the back of the Jeep. Well, when I'm out of the shade, it's not doing much now. Some other things I've done since you were here is blacked out the windows. This came from the idea of a YouTuber. I'll put his link here in the screen. But it's just a soundproof material, and the way you get the outside blackened is speaker material. You just spread that material out and then tape it on the backside, and it blacks out your window. And then these screens are a purchase from eBay, I believe. You just throw them over your window, and the idea of that is you have your window cracked open just below the rain guard that's on the outside, so you have some ventilation, but no bugs come in. As pretty as this is, I am only 400 or 500 feet from a road, so I will get some noise during the night, but it's a secondary road, so shouldn't be so bad. Like I said, I was trying to get back up further into the woods there. The landowner actually had a spot for me, but I can't get there until I figure out what's going on. The four-wheel drive in this Jeep is vacuum operated, so it may be as simple as a broken line somewhere. But I've been all over this thing. I have found every vacuum leak so far I can think of. But who knows? We'll just keep looking. I am no cook. I am a disadvantage in that regard. So my meals are going to be very simple and hopefully quick. Tonight is just hamburgers. And I just realized I don't have any mayonnaise or mustard, but that's okay. We have onion and tomato, and we have lettuce, bread, and of course the meat itself. So we're all set. Helga's Pennsylvania cooking is going to make fun of me. She probably knows how to do this better. I'm making a real mess of it. Helga, I miss you. I miss camping up there in New York with you and Mike. I'll have to get back to that one day. But now I don't have a camper, so I may be staying in a hotel with Jim the car guy. Time to get a fire started. Yeah, I'm cheating. Looks like a good bed of coals. Burgers are on. No, I'm not going to eat all four. The landowner's coming up for dinner. That's what we're having tonight. Rum and Coke, a couple burgers, beans, some chips. Good morning, everybody. It's morning of day 3. I'm going home today, and I had a bit of a filming setback. Yesterday afternoon it started raining and wouldn't let up until early this morning. It's just 10 after 6 now. I've been trying to get up since 5:30. My sleep situation is a little cramped. When I did that bed slide in the garage, it was just me on the board with the carpet. There was enough friction to move that board, but with the mattresses and the bedding on it, I can't slide it with just using my body and friction, so that didn't work out too good. Can eventually get there, but it's a lot of effort. And then it is a very cramped space for a 6 foot, 250 pound guy such as myself. But once I'm in the bed, it's pretty comfortable. The mattress, this mattress here, the cot mattress they call it, and then with the backpacking mattress was a good combination. Either one by themselves would be just too little. This is actually my preferred over this one, believe it or not. This is actually more comfortable, but the most comfortable was both. And that raises more height, and I have no headroom. It's hard to get in and out of the bed, so we'll have to, I don't know, think about that. It's pretty hard to get out. Well, because of the rain, I basically packed everything up last night in the dark. I was going to do some more filming, try to answer some questions that y'all might have before they, before you have them in the comments. But you probably have to leave a lot in the comments now if you're interested in how it went. I'll have to think about some of the pros and cons of this setup and talk to you here in a little bit. Let me get some breakfast started. So the chairs are on top of up in the roof rack because it rained last night. I put it all away, so they're soaking wet. But I can pull out this bed here, separate with this piece of wood, kind of keep the bed and this separated. Right now it's going to be my chair. Try to get some footage of, like I said, the questions you may have, and we'll snip it together. This has worked out real well as an extension of my kitchen. It folds up all the way. However, it doesn't fold up far away enough because my head's down at this end, and it gives me no room to sit up. I have to scoot way down towards the front of the Jeep to sit up, and even then I'm hunched over because the roof is just too low for me. But this worked out pretty good. I like that. A lot of fun to make and use. Very handy. So that was one of the pros anyway. The 2-burner multi-fuel stove is going to stay with me. It does take up a lot of room, but I like the fact that I can keep some water heated on one side and cook something on the other. Water is always good to have around for washing dishes or washing up yourself, shaving or whatever, so I think the stove will continue to travel. There's 2 pieces of kit that's worked well in a couple of days. The French press, probably one of the easiest way to make coffee, and the pesticide sprayer there. You can put hot water in there or cold, but it's adjustable for a mist or a spray, and works good for cleaning up. Yeah, it's starting to rain again, so got the stove under the only cover I have. If I continue this path and make the trip this year out west, I will either have an awning on the Jeep, or there's a tent available that has a long awning that you can put over this hatch, and it gives you some protection and different sleeping quarters. I might have to do that. Well, that's it. I feel like I've cheated you with some, without a lot of footage. This rain and all kind of put a dampener on my plans, but I learned some things, and I appreciate you all. All right, just doing my final walk around, making sure I didn't leave anything. Overall, had a good time. Learned a lot. Found out what gear works, what gear doesn't work. I purposely brought too much stuff so that I could try different scenarios, different pieces of kit. The Jeep is small, that's for sure. I'm going to have to work out the sleeping issues, possibly get a ground tent, something I didn't really want to get into cost-wise, because after this trip I have planned this year, I don't know that I'm going to go camping again. My wife doesn't have any desire to go camping. I don't want to go by myself all the time, so trying not to spend a lot of money, because this may be the only trip. In fact, who knows if I'm even going with the way things are in this world, but anyway, that's it for now.